This 19-year-old just shook up Alabama in a way no one saw coming. What he's done in the last few hours has left even the biggest college football experts speechless. I was following everything closely, and when I saw this number, I had to stop and look again because I simply couldn't believe it. This isn't a rumor. This isn't speculation. This is real, and it's happening right now. And the most impressive part? He hasn't even started a single game for Alabama yet, and he already has the whole country talking about him. This is going to completely change everything you thought about the future of the Crimson Tide, and I need to tell you every detail right now because this news is too big to keep under wraps. Keelon Russell has entered Sports Illustrated's rankings of the top 68 Power 4 quarterbacks for 2026, landing at number 30, and it's causing a huge stir in the college football world. One thing is clear. Alabama might be on the verge of unveiling its next big star to the nation, and I'm going to tell you all about it right now. If you aren't subscribed to the channel yet, do it now and hit the notification bell. News about the Alabama Crimson Tide lands here first, and you won't want to miss a thing this season. Keelon Russell is 19 years old. He's a 5-star recruit from Texas, ranked as the second-best player in the entire class of 2025 by 247 Sports, ESPN, and On3. We are talking about one of the most highly anticipated talents in American college football in recent years, yet he has not started a single game for Alabama. That alone speaks volumes about the level of expectation surrounding this young quarterback. Sports Illustrated recently published a ranking of all 68 Power 4 quarterbacks heading into the 2026 season, and Russell appeared at number 30. To put that in perspective, he ranked one spot behind UCF's Alonzo Barnett III and one spot ahead of Beau Pribula, a former Missouri quarterback who transferred to Virginia. Most importantly, among all quarterbacks expected to be first-year starters, Russell was the highest-ranked player on the entire list. This is no coincidence. It is a recognition of genuine potential. Sports Illustrated analyst Zach Kuhns wrote about Russell with noteworthy clarity. He noted that, despite recent criticism directed at Kalen DeBoer, the coach's track record in quarterback development is simply undeniable. Jake Haener flourished at Fresno State, eventually becoming a 4th-round draft pick. Michael Penix Jr. became a Heisman Trophy runner-up at Washington. And Ty Simpson went from near-total obscurity to earning All-SEC second-team honors and becoming the 13th overall pick in the NFL draft. Given this track record, Kuhns asserts that it is safe to assume DeBoer will get the best out of Russell, and that it seems to be only a matter of time before the coach unleashes the 19-year-old's talent. But I need to be transparent with you. This is still analysis, it's projection. As for the facts, we know that Russell still needs to officially win the starting job over Austin Mack, a veteran quarterback also on Alabama's roster. The Crimson Tide coaching staff hasn't publicly settled this internal battle yet. So far, there are signs, expectations, and external rankings, but the official decision hasn't been made. And what has Russell shown on the field so far? Last season, he appeared in 2 games for Alabama, completing 11 of 15 passes for 143 yards and 2 touchdowns during comfortable wins over Louisiana Monroe and Eastern Illinois. He also rushed 3 times for 17 yards. It wasn't much playing time, but his efficiency was impressive. 11 of 15 passes completed, 2 touchdowns, and 0 major errors. For a freshman with limited action, that's exactly the kind of performance that makes fans and the media start wondering when his time will come. There's more, too. In another recent ranking published by The Athletic, which evaluated all 138 quarterbacks in the Football Bowl subdivision, Russell came in at number 33. 2 different rankings from 2 major American sports outlets, both placing Russell in the top half of the list before he's even made his debut as a starter. That's no coincidence. That's a consensus. The college football media is united in this assessment. Russell has the physical tools, the recruiting pedigree, and the right coach by his side. The question isn't whether he'll become a great Alabama quarterback. The question is when it will happen, and whether it will happen as early as the 2026 season. Speaking of the 2026 season, Alabama's schedule is grueling and will demand a lot from whoever ends up as the starting quarterback. The season kicks off on September 5th against East Carolina, with an 11 a.m. broadcast on ABC. The following week, on September 12th, Alabama travels to face Kentucky. Next up is Florida State at home on the 19th, followed by a primetime matchup against South Carolina on the 26th. The schedule gets even tougher in October. Georgia in primetime on the 10th, Tennessee away on the 17th, and Texas A&M at home on the 24th. November brings away games against LSU and Vanderbilt before the regular season concludes at home against Chattanooga and Auburn. This is the kind of schedule that will test any quarterback, starter or otherwise. And it is within this context that the battle between Russell and Mack takes on even greater significance. Now, let me share my analysis of what all this means for the Alabama Crimson Tide. As I see it, this is a delicate yet extremely promising moment. Alabama is undergoing a genuine coaching transition under DeBoer, and the choice of the right quarterback could set the tone for the entire season. Russell represents a bet on the future, on raw talent and the explosive potential of a young player recruited specifically to fill that role. Austin Mack represents experience, reliability, and a command of the system. Yet, considering DeBoer's track record with young quarterbacks, it is hard not to bet that Russell will get his chance sooner or later, and that when he does, he will show the country why he was the second-ranked recruit in his class. The impact on Alabama goes beyond a single game or season. If Russell establishes himself as the starter and lives up to expectations, Alabama will once again have an elite quarterback with multiple years of eligibility ahead. Exactly the kind of stability that builds historic seasons. On the other hand, if the transition proves difficult, if the October games demand more than a 19-year-old can deliver, Alabama will need to rely on its roster depth and the coaching staff's patience. However, all signs point to DeBoer knowing exactly what he is doing. The most likely scenario moving forward is that Russell will be named the starter before the season begins, or that he will quickly win the job during the opening weeks of September. The media is already monitoring every practice, every press conference, and every statement from DeBoer, looking for clues as to who will start on September 5th. And when that decision is made, you can be sure you'll hear about it here first. What about you, Alabama Crimson Tide fan? What do you think? Do you agree or disagree? Do you believe Keelon Russell is ready to be Alabama's starter this season? Or would you prefer to see Austin Mack start the year? Leave your opinion in the comments. The debate here is always lively, and the Alabama fanbase has plenty to say.